I'm a developer in Good Morning, and Good Morning is a small digital agency with offices in Stockholm, Sweden, and Oslo, Norway. We are 9 employees, but even though we are small, we focus on delivering high-end quality work and trying to contribute to push the boundaries in digital production. Norway has a lot of good design agencies, but we're still pretty far behind Sweden. They have some really great agencies, and we're still lacking in that area. But Norway has really minimal design, and we like it very clean. For example, the flat trend design is really popular in Norway, and also Scandinavian design is in high demand. Always when we start a new project, we use Mockingbird for making wireframes, and that's a good way for the client to approve the whole flow in the site, and also to find logical errors that could create problems later on in the process. So it's good to find out those problems early on, so it won't complicate things later in the process. Also, when we created wireframes, sometimes we use to make prototypes for testing the interaction with some components, because static images like wireframes doesn't always do the job when it comes to interactions. So sometimes you need to make prototypes to see if it actually works. And also we do a lot of designing in the browser. So we design in Photoshop, and when the design is finished, we still do a lot of tweaking in the browser, because Photoshop doesn't always give the right impression when it comes to, especially when it comes to fonts, like font size and font rendering and colors and so on. So we do a lot of tweaking in the browser. Norwegians are early adopters, and we're very fast to get our hands on new technology. So, for example, when it comes to when iOS was launched, it took only 4 days for half of the Norwegian iPhone owners to upgrade. So the technology is going fast forward in Norway. So mobile is, of course, really important for our clients, and almost 90% of all projects we produce is responsive or adapted to some kind of mobile or tablet version. With flat design trend came also a lot of more use of icons and illustrations. So we have been using a lot of SVGs the last year. It's really great for, it doesn't matter what kind of resolution you have. If you have an iPhone Retina or a regular PC, it still looks crystal clear on the screen. So and it's also great to do animations with SVG. We also been using a lot more of canvas. It's really great for games, and it's simple for a Flash developer to come to use canvas. If you use like libraries or frameworks like ESL.js, a Flash developer can easily write code in HTML for the canvas, because it has similar syntax. So that's something we've been using a lot of this last year. And also WebGL it's still pretty new and doesn't have that great support yet, but we're experimenting with it, and it looks really great. So. A lot of clients come to Good Morning when they have a new project or a new service they want to launch to the web. So we do a lot of campaigns, short-term campaigns, that is developed in HTML, and that should work on all all devices, of course. And when with HTML being so popular, we don't have, or the request for native mobile apps has dropped significantly the last year. Making things look good, especially in the beginning of the HTML5 era, it took a lot of time to make cool things in HTML. But as HTML has evolved, it's now better support in the browsers, and we also have a lot of more tools and libraries that can help us to make the job easier. But HTML is still fresh, and we have a lot of unsolved issues with HTML5 across browsers. So it's always some bug or some issue with HTML5, but I have just accepted it to it's just a part of the game, I guess. So we try to, HTML5 is very important for our clients. Every client comes to us and say, okay, we need this ID developed, and it needs to be in HTML5, because HTML5 works on all browsers, but as all developers know, that's not the case always. So we try to educate the user or the client to show that HTML5 isn't always the way to go, especially when it's an ID that's not producible on mobile and or tablet. So sometimes we recommend the use of Flash if it's an ID that's not meant to be on mobile or tablet. We think WebGL is much fun, so we've been trying out 3JS library. It removes much of the hassle of getting into 3D, so that's really nice to use. And the new framework that's called Famous is looking really impressive. I've seen a couple of demos lately, and I'm looking forward to see what kind of cool things we can do with it. We've also been looking into stuff like Node.js and Angular. That's tools that makes the everyday job much easier. Yeah, it's not a secret that making good things in HTML takes time. But we always try to focus on making the best solution possible for the user. So if it's a 3D flip that doesn't work in IE9, that's not a big deal, because if you don't break the site or breaks the functionality, it doesn't really matter. So we try also to push and make the best solution that is possible for the user, but they always have fallback, so the functionality won't be broken and the whole flow in the site won't be interrupted by something. That's a really hard question, but I think that flat design, I'm a fan of flat design because I think it's right for the web. So hopefully, and I think that flat design will stay and be in the future. But also, I don't think it's enough with only all websites being flat, because that would make things pretty boring. So I think also technologies that like WebGL will give the opportunity to make really graphical experiences too. So when WebGL is getting more support on mobile and especially IE, I think we can make some really cool experiences on like 3D games and so on with WebGL. And also think that video will play a bigger part in the future in the web, especially when we get new opportunities to do with HTML5 video. I think that HTML5 needs to be developed more before we can do things we can do in Flash now, like 360 degrees videos and face recognition and such things. But when the HTML5 video gets a bit further, I think we can make some really cool interactive video experiences. Winning an award for us is always good because it gives us feedback that all the hours we put in every day is worth it, and it gives results. So it's really great for us to get that feedback, and get more confident to see that our products gives results or is successful. And we want to be the best, so it's also good to see how we compare to the big agencies out there.
All right, well, thank you very much for being here with us today. Congratulations on your awards, and I hope you enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you.